welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 game of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's introduce our cast. Please introduce yourself, and you know the routine. Let's start with Boya.
Hello, I am Boya. I play a character named Bug, and he is a warlock bugbear, and he travels with a wooden box friend whose name is Boxy.
And Priscilla.
Hi, I'm Priscilla, and I play Isburiel, the half-elf bard, who is 17 years old.
Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip. She is a drow fighter who's 16 years old.
And Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I play Swell, a 15-year-old Water Ganassi cleric who worships the god Sunda.
And I'm your Dungeon Mancer, Brian. I'm currently running the party's NPC companion, Sutran, a magically animated severed hand of a spellcaster from decades ago who is searching for her other hand to magic herself back a body, as well as the tattooed crew of the ship that they're sailing on. Your band of could-be heroes are on the high seas. You're headed to Bright Palm to get help saving your mentors. But along the way, you spotted the Wicked, a pirate crew of sun vampires attacking an elven galleon. You join the fray with your recent castaway ally, who turned into a werebear to join into battle. There was fire and blood, smoke and tears, and in the end, most of the vampirates fled over the side of the boat. The prisoners on the ships were rescued and settled on the galleon, and the vessel was scuttled and set afire. That is the vampirates' vessel. Now it's nighttime. You suspect that the pirates are below the waterline, clinging to the boat, waiting for the right moment to make some sort of move. You travel aboard the faster sloop ship called the Money, accompanied by the slower Sea Stag, hoping that some answer to your vampire problem will present itself. And that's where we're going to start today's episode. What is your plan going into this night, knowing that it's about time when you guys sort of, you have some dinner, things start to wind down? Are you doing anything differently for tonight's routine than you have in the past?
Well, my thinking is if they're sun vampires, they're not going to want to come out at night.
That's a good thing. Maybe they're weaker at night and we should try fight them again.
Gonna say, anyone have Moonbeam? See how that works on them?
I'll start flipping through my cleric book of spells to see if I know it.
Wait, so they can be underwater? Like
they're vampires. They don't need to breathe?
Yeah, if you're dead, do you need to breathe at all? I don't know.
Give me an Arcana check for anybody who has points in Arcana.
-1 is a point.
Does that count?
What?
I got a 7.
You have a 7 in Arcana?
Does that count?
What?
Sorry, I still didn't hear Priscilla. What was that?
Sorry.
I am a bard. Does that count?
You know what? Fine.
I don't technically have proficiency.
All right.
I don't have Moonbeam.
13.
You know that traditional vampires, when they're immersed in running water, die.
Hmm.
So sun vampires are not, they have some qualities that are different than, regular vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, they would certainly not need to breathe, and so they could hang out underwater. And for some reason, these ones are able to survive even in an area where vampires normally can't.
So maybe if regular vampires are like allergic to garlic or don't like garlic, these vampires don't like really bland food, like unseasoned chicken or something.
Maybe they're still weak to rice. If you throw rice in front of them, do they have to count it?
Like it's a wedding, we can just pelt rice at them. Noodles. Do we have any pasta on board?
You have oatmeal. Lots and lots of oatmeal.
Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty bland food.
Well, I mean, I think that, Swell, you're really good at swimming, right? So can't you just dive and take a peek under there and see?
I mean, Yeah, I can. And I want to. Unless anyone's like, don't do that, Swell, and then I guess I won't. But, I mean, I wanted to go, and I can't remember why I didn't. I think because I was too busy cutting down
the unkillable mind servant just died from going near the underwater vampires.
Wait, what? What happened?
I sent my invisible or servant, my unseen servant, who I think was being called Remy at the time, and never came back. I sent him to scout down around the bottom of the thing. I mean, also it can't survive for more than like 60 feet away from me, so I don't know if that was actually part of it. But
that could be it. Are we moving?
Big boat.
Wait,
Now?
Would it go past 6 feet and 60 feet beyond you, like by itself?
I don't think I would have told it to. But,
Okay.
but also, there is apparently some debate online about whether the unseen servant can actually see and report things back anyway. So I don't think Isburiel has particularly tested this in a scientific manner.
I think it's worth a shot for Swell to go down there. You have the water on your side. Like, I don't think they can hurt you.
I think there was also the factor that he had used up all of the slots. But...
Oh, all the spell?
Oh.
Yeah.
I
think he used the last of yours on some cure wounds for everybody.
Yeah. I'm tapped out. And listen, I can go down. I just, like, might have to come straight back up if they're down there.
Yeah.
I think I should come with you.
Can you swim? Can you breathe water?
Breathe underwater.
I can hold my breath.
Okay. This is a solid plan, everyone. I don't foresee anything going
I think this is a bad
wrong.
idea.
You need backup.
If they're going
that was Swell being very earnest, by the way.
Well, it sounded like you were being sarcastic.
At the same time, as Roy says,
Listen, just because Matt
I think
can't...
this is
Sorry.
I think this is a bad idea. On account of if they are going to attack us, then if they're going to attack us, they might wait for a time for themselves to recover as well, in which case we will also be recovered, and if we move closer together, if we keep sailing in close proximity, at least then we might have more of a fighting chance. Or
Well, some of them had to run away when I turned to them. Like, they couldn't, like, they had to keep going. So I think if there's any that are on the ship, there's not going to be as many. So I think
better idea to... the only thing I can see for doing it now is to not give them the chance to hold the boats, or whatever you call it when you sabotage a hull. But these are very thick planks.
Okay.
We call that scuttling.
Scuttling the boat.
Okay.
Well, if we're gonna go, let's go.
Are we
don't
currently
give them a
moving
chance.
through the waves? Like, are we?
Yep. Unless you guys specifically have said not to, like, if you can, tell them to stop going.
I think continuing to move as fast as possible is still a good idea. And
I mean, I
will say
can't
as
swim
much,
fast enough
but-
to keep up with a boat.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll tie a rope around.
This is I like
Well,
that
I
plan.
You'll realize if the boat is going very fast and they do attack underwater, then you cannot breathe underwater. You'll be dragged along at the end of a rope by a ship that's going very fast, and most likely they're strong enough to not mind the water resistance.
I'll climb up the rope. Problem solved.
So I think this is a bad idea.
I
Move as a day.
don't think you guys should fight. Swell should just look and swim away. They can't catch
I'm
up.
just there for backup in case something happens.
I'm
I'll
just
just
checking if I
dunk
have
my head
a
under
swim
it.
speed, because I think I can swim, but I'm not sure. So,
Imagine if Swell dives into the water and then we just never see him again. Imagine how bad you're going to feel. You're going to be like, gosh, I wish Zip was there so she could see what was going on and then tell us that's well got eaten by a vampire underwater.
So that both of you could then vanish into the waters, never to be seen again?
Well, I'll have a rope around me, so you could at least pull my corpse back up.
I'll go at this point.
I can
Why not
swim.
just
Like,
put a rope around Swell and then we can pull him back up and he can still see things. And move faster than you.
Put a rope around both of us.
Listen, I'm pretty sure vampires, they don't drink, whatever they drink, it's not going to be whatever's in my, like what my blood is. Because I don't know if it's actually blood. I think it might just be like some kind of salt water. But in any case, yeah, let's tie ropes around our waists and then that way you can at least pull our corpses out if that's what happens.
Do you like have like tears as blood? That's creepy, dude.
No,
Is he not bleed?
I'm teasing you.
Oh, okay, I get it. And then I'll turn to Subrillin to shake my head a little bit. But no, gaming it a little bit. I do have a swim speed, so.
Not everyone had a swim speed. Is that?
But like, it's specifically mentioned in my like speed. So, 30 of walk, 30 of swim. Doesn't rhyme, but it nearly did. Okay, all right. I'll be right back.
All right. So, like many great adventurers before you, you tie a rope around yourself. Zip, correct? You're going in the water as well? That's my understanding?
Yes.
Okay. So Zip and Swell dive into the water.
Well, before we do that, I'm going to ask the captain, how fast are we moving right now?
He gives you a measurement in knots that sounds reasonable that I don't know.
Okay. And then when he says that, I'll just nod. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, what's that in like feet?
You know what? I will look. I will look that up in the Salt Marsh book because I imagine that
I was
they
going to
have.
say it doesn't have it.
Yeah.
I bet they have something in here.
I just want to make sure that I'm able to outswim the ship if I need to, which I'm sure I am. But like, I can't remember how fast they move.
Meanwhile, Ispadril just like passive aggressively starts playing, singing a song about drowned adventurers.
Good call. Good call.
How do you check your speed?
It'll be on your sheet up the top, next to your proficiency and stuff. Just to the left of you.
Right.
I think I should, for that, Eastboreal, I should grant you uninspiration, where you can ruin somebody's die roll in your party.
Hell yeah. Oh, in the party.
Yes.
So worth it.
Pardon me.
I'm putting that in my equipment right now. Anti-inspiration.
One of those books that doesn't have a list in the back of everything.
Actually, I just realized I have. I do have one spell slot left.
Oh, good.
Because I can create or shape water, create or destroy water as part of being a water genasi. So.
I am going to take off my armor.
Yeah.
Or should I? I have a rope. I'm not going to sink.
So
I'll take it off, just in case.
A question about the armor is if it gives you penalties on dex checks or stealth checks or whatever, it might give you...
It does, yeah.
But I think it's light enough that you don't.
Are you wearing chain as well?
Yeah.
I think that gives us disadvantage on stealth check.
It's coming off.
So you can destroy water.
Yeah, it's what I used to create the... I created... Was it like a little like burst of rain down below to like put out some of the fire to stop the ship from sinking while people were still chained up?
How much water?
It is... It was enough to like put up... I created up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. And now, okay, this was my argument, is that a ship is just a really big container for things to be in. So, and it falls as rain. Alternatively, the water can fall as rain in 30 feet. That was actually how we went with it. It started raining.
The Dungeon Master's Guide has a speed of 2 miles per hour for a sailing ship, 3 miles per hour for a long ship.
So,
Sorry to make it difficult.
I think
Equivalent to in feet.
I think the thing is that like a boat is it's traveling slower than like a walking regular swimming pace like that.
Okay.
It's just that it can keep going through the night.
Okay.
And if the sails got full, maybe it could go faster or something like on a really windy time. But right now it's going fairly slow. It shouldn't be a problem for you to swim around a little bit. So where are you investigating? So, if we looked, are you going, do you want the money to be close to the galleon, far away from the galleon? Are you checking under the money? Are you checking under the galleon? Are you at the sea stack?
I think while we're down there, we should check both.
Where are you going first? Are you checking the front of the boat, the back of the boat? Where are you? What's the plan? Paint me a picture here.
Well, I say we tie off at the front, and then we dive in, and then we kind of just let the rope out as we go down and have a look, and we maybe take a side each.
No, I'm following you.
Oh, okay.
I'm there for backup purposes.
All right then. Follow me, and I'll tie off at the front, and then just kind of keep overboard and do the port side first. I'm going to take a dagger with me.
Give me an perception check to see what you see in the dark waters, because it is nighttime.
Okay.
I'll also take a dagger in my mouth.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like that was kind of implied.
I'm not going to take any of my other weapons there.
Incidentally, it's about, if it's sailing 2 miles per hour, it's about 18 feet per round.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we can both swim faster than that, I think. Sorry. Did you say just a perception check?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you said it's dark, so roll a disadvantage.
Do you have dark vision?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Let's roll at disadvantage then.
I do have dark vision.
All right. You can roll at not at disadvantage.
All right. Well,
14
5
for me.
All right. It is hard to see anything down here, Swell. It is so dark. You're used to it not being quite this dark when you're at near the surface, but you're mostly swimming during the day. You go for a nighttime swim, you don't expect to see much in the water. It's not when you would go snorkeling. But with your drow eyes, you're able to see a little more there, Zip. You're able to see around the boat, and you follow Swell's lead for a little bit, but then Swell's going very slowly and tentatively because they can't see very well. You start being able to point out that everything looks clear underneath the money.
Says Zip.
What? Because I can talk underwater, but you can't.
I'll give
Speak
you like
louder.
an okay. Clear.
All right.
Clear. Whatever the hand signal for clear is.
I'll give you the thumb to go up, and then I guess we'll come up the side of the ship and then climb up that ladder that's on the side.
Okay, you're back aboard the money.
All right. So do we check the whole ship or just one side of it, the port side?
You check the whole money. It's a fairly small ship.
Okay. All right. No vampires.
Vampire
that we
free.
could see.
Certified vampire free.
And I guess we couldn't see the The other one, the sea stag or whatever it was.
That's right. I mean, you could try to go over there, but from this distance, you didn't get a good look.
I think the very fact that you can't see underwater in the dark should maybe discourage you from trying again.
Nothing can discourage me from trying to keep people safe. Zip.
Not even your gosh darn self.
Especially not my gosh darn self. Okay, we're safe. I don't know about the other boat, but like they've got more people, so they might be able to defend better. But we should put a watch on anyway.
I mean, we usually have somebody watching at night, but you want an extra person? You guys go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, should we just go to sleep then?
Yeah, it's been a pretty long day.
Explorer certainly intends to, but he will also kind of look at the others and say, I guess I can watch my day in auto.
Yeah, I'll take first watch, and then come wake up someone who wants to go next. No one?
Sure, I can go next.
I'll come and wake you up when it's time.
All right. May I have a perception check then for your first watch there?
I'm going to have a lantern.
Okay.
Which I think I have. They'd have one on board that I could use at least, right?
Sure. Yep.
Going to put my armor and stuff back on once my clothes have dried out, because I don't want to rust that chainmail. Okay. It's a straight perception or with disadvantage, Kim?
Disadvantage.
Oh. 12.
Okay. I gave you disadvantage because nothing happens near you. The disadvantage was just because you'd be looking for anything interesting happening beyond your lantern light. But the other ship, the Sea Stag, is lit up as well. Like they have lights running along the deck at night, so you can see silhouetted figures moving back and forth and talking, and looks like they're doing okay. You don't see anything unusual at during your shift.
Okay. Then I'll when it's time, I'll stay out for like 3 hours, I guess, and then I'll go wake up Isburiel and.
All right. Isburiel, do you want to give me a perception check?
Sure. Do I do a disadvantage or just regular?
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Then you're not at disadvantage.
It is a 17.
Okay. You don't notice anything unusual during your shift either. The night passes without event.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I guess I wake up, maybe Zip next. But
Zip would probably be awake by now too, because Zip only sleeps or trances for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the day brings. Who wants to roll a d8 for the weather, and who wants to roll a d20 for your random encounter?
I can roll for the weather.
All right.
I'll do the encounter.
A 2.
2. You wake up to find it's raining really heavy. There's a strong rain today. And you rolled what for the at-sea events?
A 10.
10. So who wants to be up on deck during the day while it's raining? Does anybody want to be there, or are you all below deck? I mean,
the rain doesn't bother me as much, I guess, as the others, so I can go up on top.
all right. So, Swell, can you roll me a perception check?
Okay. First time I don't roll with disadvantage, and it's a natural one.
No.
This does bother you. The rain.
You're enjoying the storm too much to notice this, but your companions, you notice the navigator Zerb, the Secdon with the strange eyeglass. You know, he's trying to make out stuff in the distance, even though it's really hard when it's, you know, dark and foggy and all that. And has, you know, just begun to rely on what he can see with his segmented eyes regularly. And he taps you on the shoulder and he points. And you can see sort of like a white mountain-like thing on the... It's not on the horizon because it's so dark that like it would have been gotten up fairly close to you. That there's like this white landform that shows up.
Oh, is that Bright Palm?
Shakes his head.
Oh.
He points to Aelrith's cabin. Points to the captain's cabin.
Oh, you want me to go talk to him? Oh, okay. Alright, cool. I can do that. Cool. Thanks, buddy. I'll try to signal like thank you in the language because I've been trying to learn how to
Sure.
say it.
He does the same thing back.
And I'll nod like really
Gives you that
enthusiastic.
you're welcome.
All right, and yeah. I'll grab anyone along the way if I see them. If anyone else is on board, like come up on deck or anything, but. Otherwise, I'll head to the captain's quarters.
All right. The captain's in there with the light on, going over some books. Just, you know, actually not going over books, just reading to themselves. And you know, the crew are sort of jammed in there, and they're all reading murder mysteries or something, some sort of pulp novels. Except for obviously the helmsman and the bosun. So you've got 3 people out on deck and 3 people stuck in there. And it's like, what's going on? What can I do for you, my good man?
There's like a white thing on the horizon. The insect guy said to like come down and talk to you about it, I suppose.
All right, come on, let's go have a look.
Yeah.
And so he slams his book shut and heads out. He's like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that's we don't see that very often. That's a place we call Frozen Cloud. It's like some old wizard's lair or something. It's like an iceberg that floats around the Rainbow Archipelago.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. We try to avoid it, but, you know, they say that it's like a rumor that, you know, if you go there, there's like a pathway to the beyond. It's got strange magics in there.
Cool. Is it like a bad place or like anything?
I mean, it depends on who you are. We give it a pretty wide berth because, you know, we don't really want to go to beyond. We want to go where our ship's going. But, you know, it's the type of place that, you know, people go looking for. People who seek out adventure. But it looks like you're already on an adventure, but I don't know, maybe you're looking for a little help. Little diversions to help you out along the way. Maybe we'll find another werebear.
So I guess question then.
Like a polar bear. Polar bear, probably.
Do we know about this place? Iceberg Fortress?
You can give me a history, arcana, whatever you think, however you think Swell would have heard about it.
I'm bad at both. So, probably history more than anything. Probably a story that Osprey told me. Give that a shot. 1. Total of 2.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, let's give it a wide berth. I think we don't need to go there.
Fair enough. Just want to make sure there our paying customers are happy.
Yeah, we're good. Why, did someone say something?
No, I just want to make sure that if you're somewhere you wanted to stop off, we stop off, and if someplace you want to avoid, we avoid.
Yeah, okay. I'll keep looking at the big white mountain on the horizon.
Do you want us to get in a little closer for you guys to get a better look, or what do you want to just completely avoid it?
Oh!
I'll take some photos while
Ispurio!
we dry die.
I'm just going to call that to the others straight away. This is a decision for a grown-up.
What? Coming from below deck.
You got it. Maybe, you come up here. All of you come up here. Quick.
You know, a little twang. And then he comes up. He has commandeered his invisible servant to hold like a little canopy of some kind of one of his other coats over him. So it's just like being accompanied by this little awning here.
Zip's going to shake Bug awake. Be like, Bug, wake up! Listen, something really important is happening. We need to go up on deck right away. And then Zip's gonna race up and be like, what is it? Is it the vampires? Are there more pirates? What?
So just point out to the thing on the horizon, and just as you come up, you're like, Wizard's Sanctum.
It's a what?
That's it? There's no vampires?
Just looks like a mountain to me.
Bug was asleep. You know Bug was asleep.
You were asleep, Buck? It's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
No, apparently it's a really...
It looks cool and everything, but, I really thought that those vampires were back.
Listen. Elrith, can you tell the story again? I've already forgotten it.
Does anybody in the party want to make a roll like our bard to see if they know anything about it?
Yeah, maybe you know a song about it.
Oh, can I roll performance for it?
Sorry, what was that?
Could I roll a performance for it to see if I know anything in the musical canon?
I don't think performance. I think...
You don't think that would be a cool song about the wizard's lair in the middle of the ocean?
That would be how well you could perform it, not necessarily whether you've heard of it.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You do know a song about this place, but you know it in Elvish. And it's home to... rumored to be a place where adventurers have gone seeking the magic of ancient powers and never come back. That the people go in and they never come back. And some people say because they're taken to a place far away that's so wonderful that they never want to return. And then another verse says, but it's like a few people arguing back and forth, and somebody else saying, no, it's because they're taken to a place that's so terrible it eats them, and somebody else is like saying, no, it's because it's a place where you lose all sense of time, and they're still there, but for them it's only been a minute, and there are all these different versions of what happened, but it's all sort of a chaotic celebration of the chaos that this thing emanates. That apparently, when you go near it, your compasses stop working, your winds start blowing in strange directions, and it is a place of great power, but also of unpredictable power, is basically what you know from that and from your other histories. And it's been around for as long as as people have told tales.
Sounds interesting, but I think it's not relevant to us at the moment. We can put the side quest knocker aside for another time.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to make that decision for us. So.
I mean, it does look pretty cool. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a little memory photograph of it. Ching.
All right. As you're getting in closer to you can see there are these ice sculptures out in the front, large, bigger than your ship out in the front, and they're of strange animals. There's a snake, an ice snake that has the stag's horns, a fish with arms for eyes, a turtle sprouting from a humanoid skull, and other weird combinations that are sort of around the base of it. And you can see there's sort of a large doorway-like area. And you guys take a memory of it in your heads. Doesn't stick as well as the one that you ate from that jelly when you guys got that picture in your head, and Sweet Tooth told you to eat the jelly and you'd remember it better. You think about how that image sticks in your head incredibly well, but this one, you hope it won't fade as well.
Well, Swell's going to draw a picture of it in his book.
Okay.
So we'll go past it.
Do we have this marked on the map anywhere?
It moves around, apparently.
Well, maybe if we go in there, and then it will move us to where we need to go.
Or the boat could move us to where we need to go.
Yeah.
Probably faster.
Oh, it's taking too long.
Maybe you could charter the mystical ice pyramid.
Maybe you can go fast.
Sounds like a fast trip to Slumberdom.
All right. Nothing else much happens that day. There are reports that you see, when the rain stops for a while, you can see the Kodiak frame of a bear-shaped figure from the deck of the other ship signaling you, using semaphore to ask how things are going, and they respond back that everything's fine, and they say they're fine as well. Nothing to report.
I think at maybe today or maybe tomorrow, Isburiel is going to basically invite the crew over to our suggested dinner. It might be easier to do it on the other ship since they're much bigger. But
just to double check, we've had successfully had a long rest, I'm going to assume.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I did not confirm that. Thank you.
just to, talk a little bit more when not everyone is not exhausted after a battle, and find out how. Are the persons who were on the vampire ship, are they on the galleon or on our ship?
Galleon. They've got the room for it. They lost a bunch of warriors in the battle, and so they've got the extra food, they've got the extra space.
Right.
They're happy to have the extra people on the boat, whereas the money is a lean, mean sailing machine, and they were not eager to take aboard a bunch of extra people, even though they were, were there no other ship, they would surely do it. They're kind-hearted people, but if somebody else can take it on, they don't want to take that responsibility.
Makes sense. Well, he would suggest a party, although he doesn't phrase it as such.
I mean, what, you guys want to go over there and party?
Well, I would like to speak more with everyone to find out their stories and see how long a basic pattern of where these pirates have been striking. And it seems that the captain of the other ship is quite an important personage.
Okay, like, we're gonna stay on this boat, though. You're welcome to go. We can sail alongside, and you can climb up the ladder, but, my crew's gonna stay on the money.
I mean, this is your loss, so... if you can send a message to the other ship requesting boarding by us?
Yeah, sure. Anybody else going with East Burial?
Yeah. May as well.
Is the werebear over there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go. I want to arm wrestle him.
Even more now.
Yeah.
All right. So, you get over there around evening time. They're not having really a feast. They're having like hardtack, and but there is some rum on offer. Mostly they're drinking fresh rainwater, though. Recommending not drinking much in the way of rum because they want everybody to stay alert with the vampires potentially below deck, or like outside deck, under deck.
Is it still
Under
daylight?
hull. It would
In the
starting,
ocean somewhere.
because it was rainy through the day. There wasn't much of a sun. You know, you had little breaks of sun here and there, but it was mostly a very cloudy day. But
Okay.
if there weren't clouds, the sun would still be up.
I guess what I'm getting at is is there enough light for me to go down there and have a look underneath their hull?
Not really, no. I mean, there could be, but you know, it would still be challenging. You think?
Okay. Well, maybe I'll say, Captain, if it's cool, like, can we stay on board tonight, and then first thing tomorrow, if there's enough daylight, we can check to make sure there's no vampires on your hull either, and then.
Yes, I don't see why there's not. You're welcome to stay here if you would like. We don't have much to eat, but you're welcome to some hardtack.
Well, thank you. And we bought some of the rum that our companion here had been storing on our ship.
Yes, we've been trying to avoid the rum. We want everybody in have their senses about them.
Oh, well, I thought that he would at least like his property back.
Yep.
And Israel looks at the werebear and says, it would be interesting to speak some more as well.
Is he still in his werebear form, or is he back to his elf form?
He's back to his elf form, and he's giving Swell dirty looks.
Giving me dirty looks?
Yeah.
Insight check.
All right.
I haven't said or done anything. Only 7. So I keep rolling with the D&D dice, the D&D Beyond dice, which are the worst. And I have my actual dice out today.
He's mad at you because you told everyone his secret.
I didn't tell anyone.
Then how come we all know?
It was pretty obvious, I think.
You were talking in your sleep.
Can I do
I
an
haven't
insight check
told
to see if I
anyone.
notice this going on?
Sure, you can do an insight. Or perception, whichever you prefer.
Also a 7.
Don't really notice.
Okay. Sorry, do I know you, Bear Man? I don't think we've ever met before.
He's not a bear man. He's a man. He's an elf, right?
He's not even a man. You just gave it away. I'm gonna say to him, so you're the bear man I keep hearing about. Listen.
Hi Zip, how's it going?
Niceties aside, I want to arm wrestle you, and I'm not going to take no for an answer.
All right, fine. Let's do this.
All right.
And he goes over and puts his arm down on a barrel.
Did I say something about his mother? I don't understand. What did I do?
What? I didn't notice anything.
The bear guy's giving me like dirty looks.
The bear guy.
He's
the big bear.
Oh.
He's waiting for you, Zip.
I'm there. I'm ready. I'm flexing.
All right. He seems like he's done this many times before and is like, making sure like your arms are in the right spot and your feet are in the right spot. Like he wants this to be a fair contest. So
right, Batman. Let's do it.
We're going to do a straight up strength check.
I got an 18.
So here's what happens. Your arm like that. And he says, go. And you go and you push as hard as you can. And he's like holding your arm straight. You're pushing as hard as you can. And he's not giving anything. And he just looks at you and goes, you can start now. And then you start pushing and pushing. And he starts pushing back. And you start pushing. And like, it's a really tough battle, and it's going one way and then the other.
I've been training for this. I can do this.
Boom!
Yes!
You take him down.
All right, now change into the bear. I want to wrestle the bear.
He turns into a bear. All right. You want to go again?
Yes.
All right. Roll again.
Whoa! Natural 20!
Nice.
He's having a hard time getting like the grip and the balance, and he's feeling a little bit off, and maybe his arm's sore from having just been, doing that stunt.
Sure. Oh yeah, he just had a cramp.
And just like boom, like you take him down almost as I wasn't ready. Let's go again.
No way, man! I won fair and square. He's perfect. Write a song about that. Do it now.
And the evil elf took down the Duncan Bear, the slam and a bam and a heave and a ho.
That's why they call me Guns McGee. Actually, I can't remember the name that the ship gave me, but I'm assuming that's what it was.
Bicep avalanche.
That's the one.
Guns McGee.
Name of your next character?
Artificer. Carries guns everywhere.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
At some point, Isabella wants to corner a said werebear and try and grill him about how did this happen? What is going on? So, presumably, he is not keen about this being found out, but it seemed to have happened.
Find out why he's mad.
What sort of check would you like to do? Like, are you doing persuasion, intimidation, performance?
More of a persuasion sort of thing, because he's basically trying to be flattering and understanding and kind of going like, oh yes, but the rest of the kingdom is not very understanding sort of place for that, is it? I can see why you'd be away. I mean, I understand perfectly, of course, but it's very helpful in this battle. You will not find me pointing any finger, but I wonder how did it get out and how did it happen, etc. So he's schmoozing.
All right, give me a persuasion check to see if he'll open up.
Okay. Ooh, so that was a 1, but I do have. I think that applies to persuasion. Where is it? Yes. When I make a persuasion check, I can treat anything lower than a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
So that's a 15.
All right. So with a 15, he'll start talking to you a little bit and open up a little bit over some time. He is a little bit patronizing about it. It's like, you wouldn't understand what it's like. You know, the Vasilic Kingdom, how it was settled by Vassalon, and everybody thinks that he's the greatest of all of the elves. And nobody likes Chimerax. Everybody says he's a scoundrel or a fool. I say he. I'm sorry. Not he, they. Can change shapes, can change genders, can change forms. Like I can't change. And everybody makes fun of Chimerax. Nobody gives him a break. They're all stories where he is the butt of the joke. And I am not so eager to be this way. And so I do not let people know that I can become this. But on one of my... I was deep in my cups in one of my adventures, and I was welcomed into a tribe of woods people. And they liked me, and they gave me what they thought would be this gift. And I became one of them, but I am not so happy to have it, but it is not the worst either.
So they give you a gift without asking if you would kill for it, I take. I see.
I think I did agree to it, but we were all very in our cups, as they say. And it has given me great strength and great fortitude, and given me less fear to explore the world and go beyond and find great food and great drink, great company. And that's what I do for my people. I bring back the best after having found it myself. And I enjoy this adventure. And this gives me some degree of safety, but I do not feel safe when I am at home because of your and my people and how they treat us shapeshifters.
Yeah, that is a hard tale, I suppose. Yeah. Is it a thing that you can control it yourself, or is it more of a cursed kind?
It's something I can control. I was not able to do it at first. Would happen in the full moon, like a werewolf or a werebat or whatever. But now I am able to control it. Unlike a werewolf, I did not have the hunger for killing. I simply broke my clothes. It was, embarrassing. Broke the bed I was sleeping in. Woke up as a bear sleeping in my bed, like a, reverse of that classic fairy tale.
Well, I'm sure it's a great consolation to you to know that I actually think that you're much cooler now. So unlike all the stuffy pets at home.
They are... I'm pleased to meet you as well, and to know that at least among gifted people I am welcome. But I can see you perhaps do not feel as welcome at home either, so...
Ugh, it's so dull. Everyone just so... And he kind of looks around to see if the captain is around, and he's just so martial-minded. All about fighting to get back the old kingdom when they could simply be enjoying what we have and settling on tomorrow instead of trying to get back yesterday.
Yes.
I roll my eyes. That said, he also wants to basically just kind of create a nicer atmosphere with some singing and trying to get people to play if they have any instruments or sing along to some crowd pleasers, and he's just hosting on something that's not his own ship.
All right. There actually are a few other musicians on board, and they've got flutes and drums, or makeshift drums anyways. And let's see, what other instrument are they going to have? You know what? They're going to also have steel drums that they've gotten from the Rainbow Archipelago, that sort of metallic sound. And they bring those all out and start joining in. You want to give a performance check to lead the group in song?
Oh, that was another natural 20.
All right. Let's see whether they can keep up. They are not doing as well, but you raise the bar of the singing and all that. With a natural 20, I'm going to allow you to convey your mood, that you do uplift the ship and make people feel better. Is there any other, like, I know sometimes you specifically pick songs you want to sing to give a message across, subtly or not so subtly? Is there something you want to communicate?
I think in this instance, probably not, although it feels a shame to waste it, but I can't actually think of anything right now. So he is more just trying to get on the good side of everyone, and maybe shading things that speak of he is actually also going to sing the Song of the Titan Slayers, and and then the additional stanzas of their mentees that he has added on. So he's going to actually use the evening to test out some of the material that he's been writing. Actually, that's a good place
it's an open mic
to
night.
it. Yeah.
You get good reactions. Like the lines that you wrote that you think are funny get a laugh, and the lines that you think people are going to sing along, like, and have a call and response to, there's a call and response to. It's not quite finished. It's still not there, but it's a good start. You've got like the first couple verses down.
And he starts it off with, let me tell you now here's a story of how our life got turned flipped upside down. And basically is pretty clear about the fact that this is what happened to us. We are heroes. And these are the heroic things that we made our way through. So.
And the one about the arm wrestle.
At the very end, he throws in a couple of improvised lines that are not quite up to the snuff of the others, but he's like so high off of the reception of the rest of it. It's like, okay, whatever.
I mean, it already has the phrase, bare arm or like bare knuckles. Like you're not sure which one to go with, but like it's pretty clear that there's something there. It works. Anybody have anything else they want to accomplish this night?
Bug?
No, nothing.
Okay, Bug. Can you roll me a perception check?
Perception. Hold on. 5. No, sorry. It's 4.
4. Okay. Never mind. You do not perceive anything particularly interesting. All right. If there's nothing else, we will do another roll for weather and another roll for random encounters.
We'll do the random encounter.
I can do the weather this time.
Wait, are you guys still on the... Did you guys return to the bunny boat, or are you still on the other one? For the next day?
I'll probably return to the money.
I was going to stay on board this one so I could check underneath it.
Yeah. So I want the weather for the early part of the day. Like we need the weather before you guys are going to go back.
What was the weather roll again?
A D8.
D8.
I got a 3 on that encounter.
Weather is also a 3.
All right.
Slowly
See
we'll
what we
get
got.
up to a 4. Maybe a 5 or 6.
You've had higher than that before. 3. It's a light rain, so you can't see the horizon, but like you get sun, and then it disappears behind a few clouds, and then there's sun. So there are moments when you are going to be able to see below deck.
Okay.
And then, we'll deal with that first before we get to the random encounter.
Yeah, tie off a rope, tie it onto the front. Zip went back to the other ship.
Yep.
Guess I'll go this alone. I'll jump in and I'll keep a hold on the rope so I can let myself out gradually rather than just like whip back.
Golden Bear
Royal's
Knuckles.
still there, so he'll keep a watch as well.
Golden Bear Knuckles is going to be the one manning the rope to pull you in.
Oh.
So give me a perception check.
Okay. Stupidly, I just rolled on D20. It might rolled on D&D Beyond again, but it worked out this time because it's a dirty 20.
All right. So you go down the side of the boat. You dive in. You're looking around, and you see at the back, near where the keel is.
Yeah.
You see the vampires all clustered around, hanging on to the bottom of the boat.
How many are there?
Let's see. There was the leader, the 3 you sent overboard, the one that Zip sent overboard, and I believe one more that fled. So there's 6.
Okay, literally all of them that left the boat are clinging to the back of this boat.
Yep.
Okay.
Because you turned them, but they didn't get hurt, right? And they eventually come back. And the leader had to run away for a short amount of time, but could come back. The one that Zip knocked off was just sort of following around.
Have they seen me?
That's my next question. May I have a stealth check, please?
I'm not wearing my armor right now. I took it off so I could go under, but I don't have any weapons.
Okay.
3.
3.
I keep rolling on D&D Beyond, and I literally have my like little dice roller like right here, so I can roll my actual dice. I even bought dice for Swell.
See, it's because you're not using his dice. That's why you're rolling so badly.
Yeah.
All right. So you look over, and they look at you, and they're like, and pointing at you, and they're scrabbling along the hull of the boat, coming like in your direction.
Okay. I'm gonna let out the rope a bit so I can kind of like get onto the edge of the boat, and I'm gonna stand on it sideways with the rope tied around my waist. And I'm going to shoot Sacred Flame.
You're going to shoot Sacred Flame? Okay. You are probably... Where on the boat did you jump over?
At the front, and then I came down a bit, so I'd be like a quarter, if not halfway down.
Let me check quickly on the map here. So,
I don't think the boat was bigger than 60 feet, was it?
they're about 100 feet away. Some of them a little more than 100 feet. Some of them, the closest one is 100 feet away.
I'll wait till they get closer, and then I'll shoot them.
Okay. So you're going to Sacred Flame one of them, right?
Yep, trying to encourage them to attack me.
Okay. Let's get some battle music. Dun 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 dun, dun. Underwater battle music.
Or
All muffled.
they're clinging to the back of the back bottom of the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the I forgot Sacred Flame. You need to roll to hit?
No, you roll a dexterity
throw?
saving throw, yeah.
Alright, that's a nat 20.
Cool. Fine. They keep coming, and as soon as they get close enough, and they're all as close as they can be, I will jump off the side of the boat and turn undead.
Okay. That's a saving throw for each of them, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it again, so... know what is... it. Wisdom saving throw.
What do I need to beat?
I assume it must be the same thing. So 13. I don't. It just says they make a DC. Yeah. So I think that's a 13.
13. Okay.
But I'm jumping off the boat and swimming out, so they have to like swim out to get to me.
Okay. So 3 of them flee, 3 of them do not.
Okay.
Okay.
Did boss flee or no?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to keep away from the boat at this point, so they're going to have to like leave the safety of the hull to get to me. And I'm just going to keep casting Sacred Flame until I dislodge them. Or they like...
Okay. So, one's going to swim up and attack you.
Okay.
What's your armor class?
It is currently 10. Fun.
I have rolled no higher than a 6 so far, so that's 1 hit.
So they roll on a 6, they hit. Okay, that's cool.
So
they're not getting like flying off the boat or anything like that as the boat's moving along.
They swam towards you and are like clawing at you.
Okay, so they're straight up from the boat and keeping pace with the boat at the same time.
On the first round, sure. Like
Okay.
they're shooting off of the boat as well. They've propelled themselves off the boat at you.
Oop.
And so that's 2 hits. The first, that's both of them are going to use their claw attack. It says instead of dealing damage, the vampire can grapple the target. So you now have 2 vampires grappling you.
All right.
The third one is now being left behind, is having a difficult time keeping pace. What are you going to do on your turn?
I'm going to cut the rope.
Okay. The rope is cut. It's their turn, unless you have another act. Like, that can just be part of a move. Do you want to do something in addition to that?
Did they deal me any damage?
No, just grappled.
Okay. All right. No. I'll try to break out of the grapples, I suppose.
All right. Oh, strength rolls, I suppose.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics, sure.
Safety. 17. I keep rolling with D&D Beyond. Arr. That one is good though. So.
You break free from one, but not the other.
Okay.
At this point, East Boreal, Golden Barnacles is like, the rope, it's loose. He's not on.
What?
And he's like, there.
And he's going to say, signal to the other ship for help.
And he starts barking out orders to communicate in semaphore to some of the other crewmates.
It's daylight, right? Can I see anything in the water?
Give me a perception check. He's pointed you in the direction of what he saw. He got a 20 on his perception check to spot swell.
No. Well, I got a 16. I think that comes out to.
Yep, you can see that swell is in the water a little bit behind, like trailing behind the boat a little bit with a vampire on like in combat with another figure under the water.
And then make another. And are they within 60 feet of me at this point?
No.
Okay. If I run back along the boat, can I get within 60 feet? Because I assume they follow behind a bit.
Let's see.
How do you calculate the spell save DC? Is it 8 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you are not going to be able to run back. Actually, yeah. You would be able to because it's only been one round.
Okay. Well, I am going to run back, and as a bonus, for my bonus, I'm going to do my whisper something and glare real hard. Can he actually? Does he have to hear me? Oh yeah, they have to be able to hear me. Okay, so I don't think that will work. But I think the regular one. Ah, damn it! Sorry, they all have to be within in hearing range.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna dive over to the side of the water, into the water.
Real.
All right.
Can I do a perception check to see if I notice any of this from the other boat?
There's going to be on the next turn some semaphore going up.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be able to join in next round.
And he gets, once in the water, goes down with a mighty, or actually he tries to execute the most graceful swan dive he can. And while underwater, shouts as loud as he can to see if this works, and he's going to try and do a why don't you pick on someone smaller, like your own size, to the one that is grappling. And
Okay.
works.
Okay. You get the words out. It's kind of difficult to hear. I need to roll a saving throw for vicious mockery. Is that what you're asking for?
No, this is actually me trying to use the bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Or unsettling words. So I mean, I don't know if it worked or not, I guess. But if it did, then he would remove a 5 from his next saving throw that he does before the start of my next turn. And I guess I'll try and move as close as I can, and then kind of start to clap a beat and shout something, which is not exactly a whisper, but is definitely dissonant under the water. And
More about
try to cast
intent
whispers
than
on him. Yeah. Try to cast dissonant whispers, which is a wisdom 13 saving throw, -5.
All right.
If that works.
What number do I need to get?
I guess it would be 18 probably. It would be 18 if the thing worked.
Like I rolled an
until it
18,
works. Okay.
like a natural 18, and then I
so it's
subtract 5 from it. It's 13 is what I need to.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it's a nat 18. So it does not seem to shake.
Okay.
They seem not dissonant to be dissonanted. I don't know.
Well, he still takes. What is that? 9, 12. 12 psychic damage, or presumably 6.
Okay. I'm going to go to Swell. And then after that, we'll go back. Then it'll be the vampires, then it'll be Uriel, and then it's going to be people from the money if they want to jump in, because you'll have seen what's going on by then. Okay? Does that sound fair? I'm not rolling for initiative. I'm just letting people go in the order they sort of were going. So, Swell, you're up.
I'll break out of the other one.
All right. Oof.
that one. A total of 3.
I have a total of 6. So you guys are both like not being very strong this round.
Can I
Doodles over here.
Yeah. Can I swim him deeper? Can I take him deeper and deeper into the water?
I think grapple means you cannot move. I think that's the one thing you're not allowed to do is use your move rate. So like you can cast, you can attack, you just can't move. So I would say,
Can I swim?
well, swimming is moving.
Maybe as your legs grappled.
Yeah.
What else can I do as a bonus action? I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Right next to this guy.
An image of a warhammer appears in the water.
Swings at him immediately, I believe.
I believe so.
Okay. Spell attack. Come on. What? I'm not using that dice anymore.
Your armor class is still 10?
Yep.
Okay. So he is going to bite you for 7 piercing damage and 8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by 8 as well.
I'm going to cast Wrath of the Storm. So when he hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to cause the creature to make a dex saving throw. So, okay, I want to double check. It's 8 plus your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency. And
Yeah.
clerics, do they use wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom.
It's usually wisdom.
Okay, so my wisdom is a +5. But I think that's because I've got something equipped that gives it. Oh, because I'm a proficient in it. Okay, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Okay, it is 13. So yeah, DC 13 dexterity saving throw to avoid the lightning that I've just. And if he's grappled me, surely that's advantage.
He is not grappled.
Pardon? What's that, Priscilla?
No, I was just saying he's not grappled. The one who is doing the grappling is not grappled, despite his
No,
best
but he's
attempts to
grappled me.
suggest. Yes.
So describe for me what's happening. You're making yourself electric?
Basically, when a creature attacks me, I can use my reaction to use Wrath of the Storm, which is a like lightning or thunder, but it's going to be lightning in this case. Just kind of like kind of explodes off me, and deals damage.
And I can save for half of it or something?
The creature takes 2d8 on a fail, then half as much on a success.
Okay. Yeah, he's avoids half of it.
Of course he does. Fun. Alright, he still takes half of 2d8. So... I'm just going to roll 2d8. So he takes 5 points of lightning damage.
You take 7 points of slashing damage from a claw. So he like digs one into your shoulder as you zap him back.
And sorry, how much is my max HP reduced by?
It had been reduced by 8. It is not reduced by the claw. It only was reduced when you get the
Okay,
bite.
so this is a separate attack to the one he just dealt me.
Yes. So he bit you and he clawed
Yeah.
you. You got your reaction in between the two.
Okay. So how much damage have I taken total from this gentleman?
Okay, so that was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 6 slashing damage. You had taken 8 necrotic damage. And then I gave you some piercing damage as well on the first one, and I think that was 7, but I'm not sure. 7 would be the average damage. If we can't remember.
My max is 21. I'm currently on 14, so I've taken 7. I think that was the thing you just gave me. So there was 2 hits at the start. There was a slash and a bite, and then my HP was reduced by a certain amount, and I don't know what. And then there was a third attack that just hit me.
No, the slash and the bite has 2 damages. It has the piercing damage, and it has the necrotic damage. So that was 1 attack.
Okay.
But it does 2 different types of damage, that's all.
Oh, okay.
It's like using a flame tongue sword, you'll do slashing damage and fire damage or something, right? So it's...
Alright.
Okay, now it's East Boreal's turn. There's blood in the water.
How close am I to them at this point? Within 60 feet, but I'm not sure how close I am otherwise.
40 feet, we'll say.
Okay. I am going to swim closer and muttering something the entire way, which just sounds like and then when I get close enough, I'm just going to shout at Swell. Get your head on straight and come back onto the ship where everyone can swing at these things. And that's inspiration.
That's inspiration? Okay.
Yeah.
Bardic negging.
And then I will attempt to... and then I'm going to swing around and look at the... actually does... Oh, well, I can't get close enough, actually, just yet. And at the other one, I'm going to... The one who's grappling him. I'm just going to glare at it and say, I said, shove off! I'm going to try and cast Dissonant Whispers again. It's just a regular Wisdom 13 save.
Okay. Dissonant Whispers does not work again. Sorry. It doesn't have the -5 this turn, right?
No, it doesn't. So it takes half of 13.
D6. Okay. Now it is people on the money. You see this like chaotic splashing, of East Boreal has dove in. You're like, what's going on, huh? And you can see like somebody is doing a flag waving that's like getting at the first few letters of something, or like I guess they'd have a short form for fight. And then you can see that like Golden Barnacles is like looking over at the side.
I'm gonna go to the side of the ship and like nudge one of the crewmen and be like, what's going on?
They point to where Swell is. At least one of them will have spotted this.
Can I see it in the water?
You can see some movement. You're a little bit far away. Do you want to fight? You want to join in?
Fight what? Fight what? What's going on?
Looks like Swell's gone in the water and there's stuff going on.
Vampires. All right, I'm gonna take off my chainmail, which requires me to also take off my shirt. So I'm down to my underwear at this point. And then I'm gonna like pull my dagger out, put it in my teeth, and dive over the side.
Before you're a little bit far away, and you're getting ready to do that, and Zerb comes over to you and goes, zzz, zzz.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Point of mechanical order, I don't think rules as written actually has any penalties for swimming in armor.
Doesn't it?
Not that I can find.
Okay.
Well, it's off.
So I mean, if you want to do it, that is of course totally fair. I'm just saying. I don't know if you have to do that.
I don't want it to get. I don't want it to get rusty. It's seawater. That thing will rust right up.
Zerb flies you to within, pretty close of where the battle is taking place, and throws you into the water.
Great. Can I get close to Swell?
Yeah, I think on your next
down?
turn you'll be able to.
All right. gonna take a deep breath before I go in.
Bug, how about you?
Yeah.
So how far we can't see the vampires from? Like they're all underwater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. How far away is the ship?
It's probably the fight is probably like 60 to 80 feet away from you, and the ship is like another 10 to 20 feet, maybe.
I'm gonna stay. Like I'm gonna get ready, and if they come out, and I will blast them.
So
Or
you're ready.
actually, for Earthbind, do I need to be able to see them?
I don't know the Earthbind spell, unfortunately. It would say
Probably really works
something
for
like,
on flying things.
Oh yeah. You can see within range. Okay, I will get ready to do that.
Earthbind only works on flying things, I think.
Only works on flying things.
I think if it's to bring like creatures down from the air. Am I wrong?
Okay.
I've
Well
never-
then,
I've never used it before.
I'll get ready my my blast then.
okay. You ready your blast. It is now Swell's turn again. There's this
I'm gonna
vampire
try.
woman with her orangey brown leathery skin with all sorts of sunspots all over it. She's got pale white blonde hair swimming around in the ocean, grappling you, your blood in the water.
Going to try and break the grapple again.
All right. Scott.
So 15.
Okay. Before I tell you my answer, do you want to add your bardic inspiration?
All right. D4.
Six.
Sorry,
6.
6.
Do you want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
Oh, I got it. So that's a dirty 20.
You have a 20 total?
Yep.
I have a 23. I got a natural 20.
Oh, that's fun. Cool. Swell's dead.
Not dead
Been a
yet.
fun game.
You have a bonus action.
I guess I'll hit it with the spiritual weapon.
All right.
That's a natural 20.
Your weapon will avenge you.
Does it keep attacking after
No.
I die? Yeah,
How much was that?
casting modifier. I was just looking it up, so it's going to be 2d8 plus. That is 14 points of damage.
All right.
Spirit. What sort of damage is it? Is it just like regular damage?
I think it's force damage, but I could be wrong.
Force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting. So yeah, I rolled 2d8 plus my, because I got a natural 20 there.
Great.
Oh. Hold on. No, I can't do it. It's okay. It's my turn.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
See what I roll here. Okay. It's a hit. So on the bite, it's going to do first the piercing damage, which is 9,
Cool. Swell's dead.
and then 4 necrotic damage, which means that you lose the from your max hit points.
Does it? I still lose that even though I'm unconscious?
So it's all part of the same attack, so it's not like you're going to lose a bonus save, but when you get healed, your max is still going to be 4 less. Like, because you still have 2 allies in the water right beside you, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's able to help you out. But when they do help you out, your hit point total will be 4 lower.
Okay. So the first one knocked me unconscious. That was a second attack, right?
Yeah, if that put you out, then they're going to switch targets to Espurial, who's right within swimming distance. Going to let you start sinking. Let you start to sink. Is going to swim over and try to grapple Espurial. Espurial, what's your armor class? I can't hear Espurial.
14.
14. Okay, so this vampire woman swims over to you, grabs a hold of your legs, and is holding onto your ankles as you're swimming in the water. And it's your turn.
So I'm grappled at this point, I assume?
Yes. So you can still do everything except for move.
Am I within a range to reach Swell from here?
You can't touch Swell, no.
Okay.
Swell could hear you if you're doing like a healing word or something like that, though. You'd be within the 30 feet for that.
I guess I am going to attempt the unsettling words and dissonant words. Unsettlingly dissonant words. And this time I'm just like going to grab her face and just like whisper in her ear and say, to die underwater. And so that's the D6 minus. Oh, and I rolled a 6, so it takes a -6 from the cast.
All right.
Or from her save.
And then you cast another spell.
And then dissonant whispers.
And then I roll a save, and it is not good. It's not good at all. So what happens?
So that is a 9 psychic damage, and I basically just make this really high keening sound that slices into her brain, and she must immediately use her reaction to move as far as her speed allows away from me.
Okay, she starts swimming away. Let's go with the grapple.
And as she moves, I'm going to use my reaction to make an opportunity attack.
All right.
With guess I'll use my rapier, which is like maybe the second time I've ever used it.
You're going to use what? Sorry?
My
Your
rapier.
rapier? Okay.
Yeah. No, but I struggled to get out of the scabbard, and being underwater and also not using it very much because I rolled a 6. So.
All right. Yeah, she's kicking away, and it's difficult to get a hit on her. And
then I'm going to swim over to Swell. But I can't do anything more this round.
All right. You swim towards Swell, which is across and down a little bit of a diagonal.
Do I need to start making a... Because I just realized I haven't been breathing this entire time, or I've been underwater this entire time. Do I need to start making con saves or something?
I don't think you could hold your breath for like a crazy long time in D&D.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But if you start casting, you start using up your breath.
Right.
So I think at some point I'm going to start making you make checks. So sure, you bring it up. Let's do a con save now.
Goes to 1 plus his constitution modifier, which is 0, so I can do it for 1 minute. Constitution save now?
Yeah.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay. You're feeling like very not able to, like, you find that like breathing is very difficult for you right now. You might want to go up for breath very soon, but you can probably manage another round.
Okay, sounds good.
Zip, you're up next.
All right. I'm diving in. Wait, am I already in the water?
You're already in the water.
Okay.
You're like 20 feet away from where Swell is.
Okay.
About 20 feet away from where the vampire is as well, just a different 20 feet.
Okay, I'm going to dive down, and I'm going to retrieve Swell, and I'm going to swim him back up. Can I get him all the way back up to the surface?
Yeah, you guys, I mean, Swell didn't tell me anything about being really deep in the water, so I imagine that you're pretty close to the surface.
Okay. And then if Barnacles is there, I'm gonna like wave at him and be like, "Pull us up." Is the rope still hanging down?
No. The rope has been cut. There's a rope around his waist, but it's been sliced.
Yeah, so I sliced the rope around near where my waist was, not up the top where there should still be like a length of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Golden Bear Knuckles was like, well, I guess he doesn't need us anymore. So
better not leave this loose rope lying around. And then I come up and I'm like, throw it down. He's like, well, I don't know. I just coiled it up.
Sounds like a lot of work. You just want me to undo all this.
He's like,
What about the insect? Is he still flying around?
Sorry, the insect? Yeah.
Can he lift both of us up? Or are we collectively too heavy for him?
It probably would be too heavy.
Okay. Well, I'll just yell up to Barnacles, throw us a rope! Throw us a rope!
Okay.
just before it comes up, I want to preempt it and say those ones that I turned, they had at least 2 rounds of moving their full, like, double moving distance away from the boat. Now that I'm unconscious.
Away from you. Yeah.
Does it stop taking effect when you're unconscious?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, is it not just like a
Oh, I thought it
bam,
ended.
we might...
I thought it ended.
I thought it ended when they couldn't see you anymore. Or is that... Maybe that's confusion.
No, that's... Because they're supposed to run away. It's if they take damage. It's the only one that I know of.
Okay.
But otherwise,
So, yeah,
your God's
I'm
power is
kinda-
still there.
The thing that I don't understand then is that, like, they would have just kept moving for a full minute, so that's like 10 rounds of 60 feet at least of movement away. And they still caught up with the ship?
Ship
ship
only
wasn't
moves like
moving.
17 feet per round.
Are you talking about last week?
Yeah.
Last week the ship wasn't moving.
Oh, well. Anyway, these ones have to keep moving while the ship is moving, so...
Yes. This one is going to be more difficult for them to catch up. All
Did
right.
he throw a rope or not?
So it's Bug's turn. What do you want to do?
Did you say it's Bug's turn?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be I'm still gonna hold myself ready for if the vampires come out.
Okay. Swell. Do you have healing potions around your waist?
Well, I took all my armor and stuff off, so they're probably on the other ship.
Which ship?
Well, the one, I guess it's the ship that I'm currently next to, so...
I guess Zip, do you have a healing potion?
I don't know. I'm all out.
Okay.
Fresh. I do have a potion of water breathing, but I don't know if I need that.
Because Zerb would try and feed somebody a potion at this point, but there's nobody to feed a potion, or there's no potion to feed. So Zerb is going to pick up Swell and fly Swell over to the top of the, like, up to the top of the deck.
Why do we keep moving him away from the healer?
The healer's dead.
To get him away from the vampires.
I know I use my mouth for sassing more than healing, but do that too.
Okay, so that's the end of their turn. So Swell, it's your turn to make a death saving throw.
Natural 20.
All right, Swell.
The healer heals himself.
Yep.
Heal thyself.
There's like I said, there's a light rain going on, and you guys see Zerb fly him up, put him on the deck, and Zerb stands there triumphantly, and you hear just like the distant peal of thunder. And Swell just sits bolt up and can feel the power of the Storm Lord flowing through him. Sunder has woken you. You're at 1 hit point.
My max hit points is 9. That's cool.
How long does the vampire have to move away from you, East Boreal?
Just for the round.
Okay.
I think it's either until the beginning of my next turn or hang on. Sorry.
Can you check it? Because
yeah.
I want to know whether it has a chance to come and attack or whether it's still swimming away.
It just says you must use a reaction to move as far as the speed allows away from you. That's it. So yeah, I can come and attack again.
Alright. It's going to swim back. It's not happy that you made it do it, so it's going to swim over. It's going to grapple you successfully and then bite you. So that's 4 points of piercing damage and 6 necrotic damage, which again takes 6 off your total max, your max total.
Yep. 4 and 6.
It is now your turn.
Minus 6 necrotic, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I am...
And it, having fed, is looking much less injured than it was before.
I'm going to twist around and look at and say, you need to swim as far away from me as you can, and go to the deepest parts of the ocean. And I'm gonna cast a suggestion, so it's a Wisdom 13 save.
Right. How long does it last for?
8 hours.
Right. She goes. Just starts swimming away.
Into the deepest part of the ocean.
All right.
While I maintain my concentration, and then I'm going to not mutter anymore because all the air has left me at this point, so I'm going to swim toward the surface.
Yeah, you break the surface and you just take the biggest breath, like your lungs are like aching on fire with how little air you had left. Those last kicks were very panicked as you made your way to the top. And you can you see East Boreal break the surface.
Did Barnacles throw down the rope?
Yeah. He threw.
Okay.
Actually, no, he didn't. He started to get the bandages out for Swell.
Fucking Barnacles. Is there still a rope hanging off the back?
There isn't no, there isn't a rope hanging off.
There should be a wooden ladder built into the side of the ship that you can.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ship sort of had that.
I guess I'll grab East Boreal and drag him through the water with me.
He just gets dragged along looking like a drowned kitten.
And then haul him up onto the ladder.
Still one more as far as I know, and I think it's the boss. I don't know if they left the ship itself.
Boss guy was one of the 3 that got chased away, wasn't it?
Boss got turned.
Yeah, the boss got turned.
Well,
Turned. You've been turned.
I'm not going after the vampires. I'm just trying to get people out of the water now.
Okay. You and Esporil are up on deck. What do you guys want to do?
Is Swell on this ship or the other ship?
He's on this ship.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna punch him.
I'm just gonna sprawl on this.
I'm unconscious again.
Okay.
I had literally 1 hit point, so minimum amount of damage knocks me unconscious.
I'm gonna punch him and be like, "You went after the vampires without me? Idiot! You deserve to drown. You know that? You deserved to die."
I don't respond because I'm unconscious.
You don't. No, I think when she said she punched you, she meant like gave you a smack, not I want to hit for damage.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to kill you.
Well, pretends to be unconscious.
And what's cutting the rope? As Burial says, like he's kind of rolled over and just like glaring daggers. Like, why would you not simply tug on the rope, be like, pull me back up? They've seen you, they know that you see them, they're not just going to hang out down there and not do anything. They'll come up onto the ship where we can fight them in the air and everyone can fight them instead of one person trying to. You're so dumb, honestly.
Yeah, what he said.
Was that another bardic inspiration?
Unfortunately, I'm just out, so it's just a vicious mockery. It's not a vicious mockery.
Dispiration. Yeah. Bardic dis. Because the
Yeah.
-1, the -4, whatever, -6.
You get disadvantage on trying to defend yourself. When your persuasion roll to defend yourself.
Yeah, Swell's not going to say anything. He's just going to kind of nod a little bit and then pick up his stuff.
Swear to God, can't leave you alone for 1 second.
Anyway, there's still some out there. I sent one off into a nice exploration at the bottom of the ocean. And then the rest, as far as I could tell, did not help. And he looks at Zip and says, "Did you see any hanging around?"
I wasn't looking. I don't know.
And he looks over at the other people on the ship and says, do any of you see any still out there? Splashes, suspicious splashes?
You asked for a report, and the people, nobody has seen anything suspicious.
I'm also going to basically slap when I'm berating Swell. I'm just going to like kind of just give him a little bit of a "Why would you do that?" and cure wounds for 6 points.
He's very sheepish right now. Just kind of picked up his stuff and moved as far away as he could. Just sitting down, staring at the water.
Well,
Decide now if that is actually the last of them, or if we need to do another check, a daily sweep for them, like old crusted barnacles. Ugh.
Golden Bear comes and sits down beside you. Swell says, "For what it's worth, I'm glad you're okay, and looks like you may have taken care of our problems, so don't let them ride you too hard. They're just mad they care about you, and you put yourself in danger. They're more mad, they're not so mad that they think that you're stupid, they're just mad that they thought they might lose you."
Yeah, nah, I'm pretty sure they hate me. So,
When I was a teenager, I had similar thoughts. But truth is, they either really care about you, or perhaps they do not care about you at all, and they wouldn't even think of you. Those are usually the two things. It's usually not genuine hate of somebody you travel with. I think they care about you. From what I've seen on the boat, they're frustrated. They're venting, but don't take it to heart, my friend.
Ooh. Gonna keep looking at the water.
And you're looking at the water, and you're just sort of chilling out and hanging out for a bit. And then, are you guys going to go back to the money? Are you going to stay sailing on this ship? What are you guys going to do for the day? We're going to call it a quit soon, but I just want to know what ship you're going to end this game on.
I'm going to hover around Swell and keep an eye on him in case he decides to jump back in the water.
Seeing as how they seem to be interested in taking out this ship, is Buddha's going to bunk down to the ship another night. And he also asks the captain, "You're welcome, by the way."
Okay, so Bug is staying on the money, and you guys are staying on the Sea Hag?
Sounds all right.
Split the party.
Unless Bug comes over.
Zerb's happy to fly somebody back and forth if anybody wants to.
So helpful.
Swell back. Duncan. Feel that?
On the money?
Yep.
Alright, Zip will follow him.
All right. I'm going to leave you on this note. You guys are settling in for your evening's food. On the money, much better than on the Sea Hag. You still have a few fresh fruits and vegetables to go along with your oatmeal. And you're up on deck in the evening, and there's a little bit of music being played. And you see in the distance the spectral image of a ghost ship. Tattered sails, mist around its base. We'll find out what happens next week. That was the random
Davy
encounter you
Jones.
rolled. So, thanks everyone for joining us for this adventure. I enjoyed all of the swimming artwork, and Bug's cabin was fantastic.
Yeah, the cabin was really, really good.
Rely on Boya to do some excellent location design, not just characters and action. Very good.
Also, I think that Insect does need to fly a Bug over at some point so that Bug can be carrying Bug.
Yeah, anything anybody else wants to say, or shall we wrap it up?
That's it.
All right. Good night, everyone. May all the marks you make be magical. See you next week.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.